Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we have with us Jeff Marconette Jr. He is an award-winning international Make Every Second Count speaker. He's a transformational speaker, an author, a youth mentor, a brain injury advocate, and the host of Make Every Second Count Live. He does it on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Spotify, Amazon Music. Jeff is literally, oh, and iHeartRadio. He's literally everywhere. And I have had the pleasure of coming on his podcast as well. And guys, it's great. It's called Make Every Second Count. And it's a great one to subscribe to and log into. Every once in a while, I just happen to jump on it and listen. And it's got an engaged audience and a bunch of great people. But Jeff is here today to talk to us about, well, I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to start by telling a little bit about his story because he is a brain injury advocate because of an accident that he was in, I believe when you were 14 or
17.
17? 17.
17.
So welcome, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Tammy. I'm honored to be here.
Yes, I love it. So tell people kind of, well, let's just cut right to the chase. Tell them what happened in your accident that changed your life.
All right, so I was a normal kid. I woke up on January 7th. It was kind of a snowy day here in Ohio, and luckily my dad had already cleaned off my car. So I went and got in my car, went to school. Normal day, like I said. And because I went to the vocational school, I was there half day in my high school half day. So I had open lunch. So on lunch, my friends and I would often go to the fast food restaurants around there. And this day we were actually going to Wendy's. So my friend Brett and I went and jumped in my car, and we had my friend AJ right behind us in his truck. And we had to stop at the red light. And I was changing my music, so I wasn't paying a lot of attention. And I guess when the light turned green, my friend behind me honked at me to tell me the light was green because I wasn't really paying attention. So I went ahead and looked up, made sure the light was green, and when I noticed it was, I went ahead and pulled forward. Bad part about that was, as soon as I did, a semi truck coming the other way hit me, ran that red light, and just T-boned me in the intersection. From that, I was automatically knocked unconscious. And I would actually spend the next 2.5 months in a coma. But I had a broken neck, a fractured jaw, two fractured ribs, a punctured lung, and a ruptured spleen. I had a tube in through here, in through my stomach to help me eat because I was in a coma and my jaw was wired shut. I had a tube in through the side of my chest to reinflate my lung. And then I had a tube in through here called a tracheotomy to help me breathe. I had a halo on for 3 months also because my neck was broken. The whole time I was in that hospital, I had massive amounts of support. I mean, my parents never left me alone in that hospital the entire 3.5 months that I was there, including the first 2.5 when I was in a coma. So they didn't have anybody to talk to or anything besides doctors. Can you imagine that?
No, not at all. That's
I
oh
it,
crazy.
it
Were
gives
was
me nightmares.
oh, I bet. I'm just curious, were the other people involved, your other friends all okay?
So the guy that was in my car, Brett, was he had his little finger broken and he didn't even realize it till that night. Now, you think that is crazy, but so a while later he was in another wreck as a passenger. And again, the driver was hurt really bad, and he wasn't hurt much at all. And then again, a little while later, he was in another wreck as a passenger again. This time he didn't make it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh, it's all right. I would say that that story is old and it has become easier to tell, but it still has its effect on me.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah. So I guess he was pretty fortunate for like the little pinky. I mean, I can't even imagine like how one person is so violently hurt and one person breaks their pinky in the
Yeah.
same car. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
and
just
he held that against himself and he was mad about that. He actually was really religious and he wrote all kinds of sermons about that. And he even gave some in churches I know. I don't know.
yeah,
So the Final Destination movies are really, really, really affect me now
mm,
because
wow.
I picture that every time.
Yeah, I can't wow. Profound. Yeah, and I mean, I've heard a lot about people that get in an accident. One person, I mean, in this case, you made it, but you were badly injured and he was fine. And there's that survivor's guilt of, especially, I mean, in your case, you were driving, but like, had he been driving and the person in the passenger side been hurt like that, that's a whole nother level of guilt.
Yeah,
Like,
that would
that's
have been terrible for him as well.
it sure would have been. But you're doing well. I see after you said 3.5 months in the hospital and then probably years and years. How old are you now, if you don't mind me
I'm 40 now. I don't want to say that. I'm 25.
asking? 29, wink, wink.
Yeah. Well,
But I
with 11 winks.
mean, yeah. But I mean, but you've done some serious healing. So talk about, I'm going to just jump right in. Let's talk about resiliency. Oh, first of all, can I ask another personal question?
Go
Do you
for it.
remember people talking to you when you were in the coma?
No, I don't.
Okay. I've always wondered if people remember what I know they say that you can hear when you're in the coma. So,
Yeah, certain people say they can. I don't have any recollection of that. And it depends on where you are in a coma as well. See, there are different levels to a coma, and a coma is really a strange thing. If you've ever looked into it, research it just a little bit and you'll see how strange it really is.
yeah, because to me, it's amazing, but I just never knew. It's kind of like when you have a stroke and people say you don't know what happens to you when you have a stroke, or you do or you don't, and you just hear these different stories, and your stories are all different. But then now I know the person that I know that has been in a coma does not remember being talked to, but your parents prayed on you and loved on you, and
Yeah.
which is probably what got you through, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So when you came out, I mean, what was the process? Was it jumping right into physical therapy? Could you talk at all, or did you have to learn everything?
I had to relearn how to do everything over
Mm,
again. But the weird thing is, like, when I was totally unresponsive. So that is what they call a deep coma. And so I did not respond to any stimuli at all. And they actually had me doing therapy at that time. Like I wasn't there in any way, shape, or form, but they were doing therapy on me. They were moving my muscles to make sure my muscles didn't stiffen up, didn't waste away, but they ultimately did. And then when I came out of the coma, I had to relearn how to talk, how to eat, everything over again.
mm. So the damage to your brain was basically your whole body. You had to learn how to walk, how to talk, how to eat, how to
Ye-
everything. Wow.
Yes.
Was it a slow process or was it a long process?
Well, that's an interesting question because you see, this process has not ended. It's been
Mm-hmm.
23 years now, and I'm still doing physical therapy to this day. We still work on occupational therapy while I'm in physical therapy. We still do some speech exercises while I'm in physical therapy. It's crazy. The whole thing has just dragged on for so long, and I don't foresee myself quitting anytime.
No, and you have amazing resilience. Can you talk a little bit about the mindset and the struggle when you first started to relearn, like the frustration and what you did or who helped you to process that?
Well, you see, I played a lot of sports when I was younger. And I honestly think that probably helped me when I was trying to get back to everything because I made everything into sort of a game. I
Hmm.
made it where my competitive nature kicked in and then I would do things. And oftentimes I would do things till the point where I got hurt, but I just kept going because in sports, you don't let an injury stop you if it's not terrible. And
Right.
it was amazing because I had, like I said, people around me, like my parents, that wouldn't let me give up. They wouldn't let me say no. They wouldn't let me say, no, we're not doing another one because that one hurt. No, my parents weren't like that. They didn't take pity on me, and I appreciate that because I never took pity on myself. Granted, there were some times that pity started to creep in, and it's like, oh, why me? You
Hmm.
know what I said though? Why not me? Because I was obviously strong enough to handle that. I was obviously enough that I could come back from that and inspire other people to make the most of their life.
I love that. And that's not what I don't know what I expected you to say when you said instead of saying why me, I didn't expect you to say why not me. And I love that perspective because you're right. You are a fighter. And wow. I'm in awe of you in general. Yes, I just love it.
You
And I
know, I don't like to say it because it seems like I'm bragging on myself, and that's not what I'm intending on doing at all. But I honestly don't know who else could have handled this. I just the amount of work that it has taken, the amount of time that it has taken. I don't know who else would just be able to say that, hey, I'm determined to be the best me I can be, and that's what I'm going to do.
no, and I love that. And that's a lesson that everybody needs to take because so many people use whatever their trauma was and they turn it into as an excuse or a scapegoat or a reason that they're not doing more, being more, acting like more, or having more. And you're living proof. Have you ever seen that it doesn't matter? I mean, you just have to be determined and you have to believe that you deserve more and that you can have more and go get it. Have you ever heard that speaker that has, I think he was born with no arms and no legs? Nick
Nick
something?
Vujicic.
Yes, Nick Vujicic. Yes, I saw him at a convention not too long ago, and it's like you get out of there, and it's like, who am I to complain? Look at the positivity and the what this man has done with no arms and no legs. And that's the same thing with you. You could have so easily mentally just been like, I give up.
And I don't know if anyone, or if someone did, I don't know who would say that, oh, you can do this, Jeff. If you want to quit though, go ahead. I don't know who would have said that I couldn't give up if I wanted to.
So you said you did have people that said, I understand
No,
if you quit? No, you didn't.
I said that I don't imagine that people would have said that, oh, he gave up. He didn't deserve to give up, but I didn't anyways.
Right, right.
So I
Well, good job on you. So tell us what you're doing now. Who do you work with? Who do you talk to? Like, talk to me.
so I actually love working with kids. So I work with the fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, mainly the sixth grade here in my hometown in Ohio. And then I am also speaking to high school and middle or junior high. And then I am doing the Becoming the Better You events, which are in Kansas City. And there's one coming up in September. If you guys want some information on that, I can give you that too. But and then I speak to other places, other corporations, other companies, things like that. And it's all about becoming the best you. Now, I know that is the event that I speak at, but that is really my thing because you see I have these 8 principles, my philosophy for success. And my philosophy for success does not it's not just for business. It's for life in general. And it's just something I love doing now.
I love it. Give us your first principle, or is that cheating? Do we have to come to your event?
No, my first principle is actually we need to celebrate every second
Hmm.
because there are so many things in life that are difficult to do. But if you are thankful and you appreciate every second, then that's going to add up to every minute. And then if you're thankful every minute, that's going to add up to hours. And then hours is going to add up to days, and days is going to add up to months, and months is going to add up to years, and years is going to add up to a life. And that is just the way you live a great life.
I love that. I heard you guys talking about it on your podcast the other day. And
Yeah.
I love at the end of your podcast when you ask people, what does the expression make every second count mean to you? Because I love to hear the responses to that because it's until, a near death experience can be so humbling and it does make you appreciate things. I had a stroke in January, and boy, it
I'm
makes you appreciate what you have every single moment. When
Yeah.
things are so bad and you think, oh, woe is me, look at everything you have,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love your resilience. I love your positive attitude. I love it.
Thank you. There's one thing that I wish that I could get through to more people, and that is I don't want you guys to have to go through what I went through to learn what I learned, to be thankful the way I'm thankful, to live the way I live. And I just want you guys to listen to these words because you can live it now. You can live your best life now, and it's not going to require you to go through a life-changing episode or experience.
Yeah, no,
So
It's
I
true. You
do,
shouldn't have to wait till a crisis to all of a sudden appreciate life.
yeah, and one of the things that I also, one of my other core principles is that we need to grow through things. People often go through things. Yes, I get that. But unless you grow through that thing, you're going to repeat that thing. And your whole life, it's a cycle. If you don't grow from it, you're going to repeat it. It's like I don't know. I just wish people would actually grow through things instead of just go through them.
Yep, because some people just go through something and then they beat themselves up about it, or they feel guilt about it or shame or anger or whatever, instead of going, okay, that was a mistake. What did I learn from it? What can I do better next time? And how can I address the situation or whatever it is? But yeah, you're right. Growing through them versus going through them, because you get stuck when you just go through them.
Yep.
You definitely do. Hmm. So we know, how do we find you if we want to talk to you and talk to you more?
Well, so that is actually pretty easy. I've made it pretty easy. Well, it's might not be as easy as I think, but so you can actually go to my website at Jeff Marconette Marconnette Junior Jr.com, and all my socials are right there across the top of the page. And all you have to do is click on them. It
You can't
doesn't
make it.
even it doesn't even require you to copy and paste an address.
No, it can't be any easier than that unless your last name was not Markinette. If your
Yes,
last name was Smith, it might have been a little easier. But other than that, as long as we know your name and Junior, you are good to go. That
yeah.
I say that when people are like, "What's your email?" And I'm like, Tammy@TammyVincent.com. And they're like, "That's pretty simple." I'm like, "You're gonna remember it, right?" Right?
Well, yeah.
It's why not make it easy? That's right. So perfect. So you heard him. Just go to jeffmarconettejr.com and we will have that in the show notes as well in case you are driving and you didn't write it down. We want you to be able to get there, check out all his stuff. But before you leave, Jeff, I don't want to leave you quite yet. You have so many words of wisdom, and this is what you do. You share. I listen to your podcast. You're so positive, so hopeful, and you have such a great message. Can you sum it all up and give the listeners something to walk away with today to make their day better?
So yeah. All right, guys. So check this out. This right here, right now, is the only second that matters. Because 1 second in the future, you might not be here. Somebody in your life might not be here. Your life might change in that second. So you have to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, and yes, and for everybody out there listening, you heard it. Make every single second count because you don't know when it's going to be your last. So enjoy the day, and which, like he said, enjoy the second, which turns into enjoying the minutes and the moments and the months and the years and the decades. And then at the end of the day, you've had an amazing life, 1 second at a time. So thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you all back soon. Love you all.